Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about servlets. Okay, how to run a servlet. What are the steps to implement and run a servlet application? What is the first step? Okay, first you have to create a HTML file. Second step, you have to write the servlet code. Third one is define the web.xml file. Fourth one is deploy the created files in Tomcat web server, and at last you have to run the application finally. So let us see what is the first step. It is creating the HTML file. Okay, so your HTML file will be the front end. Okay, so that the front end is defined using your HTML file. So in the action attribute of your HTML file, we have to specify the URL pattern for the servlet program to be invoked. Okay, so it is very important. In the action attribute, you have to specify the URL. Okay, so it helps us in invoking the servlet program. Next, you write the servlet code. Okay, so it is written in Java. So a Java program is made as servlet program. Okay, it is made as servlet program. Okay, so that is your servlet code, and that program, that is the class that you are writing. Okay, so that should be a subclass of either generic servlet class or the HTTP servlet class. It has to be made as a subclass of either generic servlet class or the HTTP, that is hypertext transfer protocol, HTTP servlet class. Okay, then what is the third step? What is the first step? Define the HTML file. Second one is write the servlet program. Third one is define web.xml file. So you have to write one XML file. So name it as that. What is that name of that XML file? Web.xml. It is called the deployment descriptor. Okay, it is called the deployment descriptor. What is the purpose of this deployment descriptor? It acts as an interface between the HTML and the servlet programs. It acts as an interface between the HTML and the servlet programs. In other way, and it helps us in connecting the client programs with the server programs. Client programs means the request, client request with the servlets. Okay, so it contains this deployment descriptor, that is our web.xml file, contains mainly two important tags. One tag is servlet, another tag is servlet hyphen mapping. Okay, so two tags you have to remember. One is servlet tag, another one is servlet hyphen mapping. Okay, next, fourth step. Deploy the created files in Tomcat web server. So we need one web server. Here, what is the name of the web server? It is Tomcat web server. Okay, so relevant, it is you have to give the relevant name to the application. Okay, and web-inf folder. Okay, so in this folder it consists of three main classes. What are the classes? Okay, so three folders, sorry, it contains three folders. What are the folders? Classes, library and the source. Okay, classes, library and the source. Okay, so and all these classes files are for servlet programs. Okay, also it contains a jar file. Okay, also it contains a jar file. Next, what is the, so it finally you are going to run the application. Okay, finally you are going to run the applications. You can see here the deploy the created files in Tomcat server, how it is being deployed in the Tomcat server. You can see here. So we have to give a name to the application. Okay, and in our web-inf, I told you three folders will be there. What is the first folder? Classes. Second folder, library. Third one is src. Okay, so in classes we have star.class, many classes. Library we have one jar file library. Source we have a Java file. Okay, and in addition to that we have the web.xml, also the HTML file and the JSP file. So your servlet is ready to run. Okay, so you can run it by starting the web server. For example, here our web server is Tomcat server. So finally clicking the application name, whatever application name you have given, you can just click on it and you can run the application through your Tomcat web server. Okay, so I hope you have understood how a servlet is implemented and how it is run, how you are going to run the application through your web server. Thank you.